And here we go. We're gonna start back up. We were at Pallet Town. We are continuing. Let's see if we can get the last two badges. I'm not sure if we're gonna get 15 and 16, but let's give it a shot. We're certainly at least on the path to get 15 here. I'm gonna surf down on Route 21 south from Pallet Town. Underwater type Pokemon from swimmers and fishers. It's not a surprise, right? I wouldn't think it is much of a surprise. Pretty low level Pokemon, level 28 versus my level 79. Still trying to level up my Feraligatr because Feraligatr is going to be useful for the end of the game, having a Pokemon as high level. Tentacool are basically everywhere in the sea. They are the Rattatas and the Pidgeys of the sea. They're everywhere. They just are. We're self-defeated. We are getting through Route 21 at this point. We are in a... Cinnabar's gym has been relocated to Seafoam Islands. Blaine. Cinnabar Gym's Blaine lives alone in the Seafoam Islands cave. What happened? There was a volcano that erupted at Cinnabar on Cinnabar Island. There's still a Pokemon Center here. Again, this is 3 years after Red, Blue, and Yellow. Seems like Cinnabar Island got hit by a volcanic eruption on the island. What's left? Let's see. The fiery town of Burning Desire. My name is Blue. So Blue is Gary Oak. Once the champion, although it's for only a short time. That meddling Red, which is Ash Ketchum, did me in. A volcano erupts, and just like that, a whole town disappears. On winning and losing in Pokemon. And now you can take on Blue, and Blue just kind of flies off into space. How did he just gravitate? He just flew off. Levitate? Levitates and flies off into space. Incredible. Okay, so you can't go this way. As you can kind of see, it's blocked off, so we'll go around. Route 20. Yeah. Okay, there's nothing here. Just a random little area there. We're heading east on Route 20. What does the sign say? Cinnabar Gym Leader Blaine. Take a quick look around. Ooh, not much here, huh? So this is Seafoam Islands. Oh, there's more trainers that way. We can figure that out later. Alright, let's go for the 15th gym. Ooh, this lane is just in a cave now. Look at this. My gym in Cinnabar burned down. Wah! I'm just a hermit now. Hermit in a cave. These are fire types. Whether you use a Gyarados or Lugia or basically anything. For Alligator, a bunch of Pokemon can use Surf. So Blaine is just gonna get one hit KO by for Alligator on every shot here. Blaine has a different team here than the original games, but with a Feraligatr that's that high in level, it's not gonna matter. You've earned the Volcano badge, and that's 15 badges. Here we go. Alright, let's keep swimming. Let's save after beating, we have 15 badges now. Oops, not bike. Ha ha ha. Swimmer Lori with her Starmies. Right now we're just fighting a few more trainers. Trainer is not... You don't really have to fight before you go for 16 badges, but I might as well. we are through Route 20, heading towards Route 19. A few trainers left to fight on here on Route 19. This dude is trying to swim to Fuchsia. Torture's a good Pokemon, but not at this level and not with the moves it has. He is drowning! He asked his girlfriend to swim to Fuchsia. Gasp. Beat you at swimming, Don says. There's a quick swim between Fuchsia and Seafoam Islands. Sheesh, some big man my boyfriend is. What a wimp. Alright, here's the last trainer. Getting towards the end of the game with the hardest trainers. And I don't mean this trainer, but the ones after. And that's it for this section of Route 19. If you go further up, you're just going to run into the boulders south of Fuchsia City. So we are heading back to Viridian City, and we're going to heal. Let's get ready for battle for the 16th gym. Alright, let's get going towards fighting against Red, which is the 16th gym leader. $19 in. The champion 3 years ago is from the previous game, in other words. No other trainers here. We're just gonna go straight in. Ready? Johto boy. Look, it's Blue, otherwise known as Gary Oak. Definitely the strongest Pokemon yet. Pokemon gym leader yet. Stronger Pokemon than the Elite Four, in fact. Higher level. Level 81 for Ralligator. Gyarados is actually pretty strong, as you can kind of see. It's going to take me 3 shots, probably. Still, my team has only taken a little bit of damage. And now I get to fight with Surf for the last 2 Pokemon. Alright, here we go. We have 16 badges. For alligator only lost 20 HP. Badges. Let's heal. Alright, let's go down and prepare for the final stretch of the game. Go ahead and fly. Ballot Town. Gonna go ahead and visit Professor Oak because he mentioned something about the badges, as you may recall. I guess you have to win permit access to Mount Silver, but here we go. Alright, let's fly back to Viridian City, which we were just at. There's a trainer house where you can fight top trainer battles. So in this place you can battle a trainer every single day. Fight against a trainer, in this case it's Cal. Final evolutions of each of the 3 starters. Way to get experience every day in this game. was a very quick win. And we can go out and we can keep advancing. This game is the only game with 16 badges. There's a lot of game in terms of stuff you can do, because it's the only game that has 16 instead of 8 badges. And there's just a lot of game after Elite Four, which is all this Johto stuff. Alright, we're gonna save again, and then we're gonna head west onto Route 22. Let's take a look. That's cool. You get a TM42, which is Dream Eater. So this just gets you around if you wanted to cut through. Let's see, I don't think there is anything here, but we're going to take a quick look. Level 3 Rattata from the old game, from the original game. There's still level 3 in this area. This is around the area where you get a Nidoran male in the original games, and then run it all the way up to a Nidoking and speedrun the game, so it's a pretty neat thing. But here's the Pokemon League, Pokemon Victory Road entrance. So we can go up, and that's Indigo Plateau. We're going to go west this time, left. And then we are now on Route 28, so that's a new route we haven't really done anything with. Tangela would actually be a neat Pokemon to get because it has Sleep Powder and various moves. So if we are able to get this, that'd be nice. So you can catch Pokemon. You can learn moves like Cut and that sort of thing. Let's use Surf. Surf is not a strong move against Tangela, but we'll knock it out at least. We try to catch it. So this Tangela is, if I can catch this, would be a great addition to the team. So you can have it replace Raticate as one of the Pokemon. You can use Cut. That's great. I need to catch it first. This is kind of hard to catch. Am I trying to catch a Ho-Oh? Alright, finally got a Tangela. Very cool. The higher level Pokemon here. Good Pokemon here, though. Oh, hi, Clefairy says. I just noticed. Did not see you earlier. I apologize. We are currently, moving towards Mount Silver in Pokemon Silver. 16 badges in play now. Trying to catch a few more Pokemon as we kind of head all the way down. I have to buy more Ultra Balls at this rate, though. Catch a Tangela, but it's in a box, so I can't use it for sleep right now. For sleep powder. There's a lot of stuff here. Obviously, I see the Pokemon Center, but you know what? I'm actually going to go in the Pokemon Center first and do the swap before I keep going. Gonna do my healing. Gonna swap in. I think I'm gonna swap in Tangela. Eradicate can learn Cut. Just about everyone else can have Cut. Everyone has Strength for the most part, so I think I can just... Gyarados I do need for Surf and... Wait, do I need it? Still? Let me take a look. Because it has Surf and Waterfall. I guess I would need it for Waterfall as a potential move. Unless I put it on another Pokemon. Go ahead and teach Cut to Tangela. Mine's not that good of a move. Mega Drain is better than Mind Whip. Stun Spore is a decent move, I suppose. So it doesn't actually have Sleep Powder, but it has Stun Spores, which is useful. So what we have now as a team, we have Feraligatr, Ho-Oh, Snorlax, Lugia, Tangela, and Gyarados really for Waterfall as a move. I think if it makes sense, probably doesn't make sense to replace those other moves. So I think that's kind of my lineup right now. I'm gonna look at this area with the trees. See if there's anything that's worth kind of messing around with. TM47. So really there's nothing on the side other than through the trees. That's TM47. Trees growing back is kind of a funny concept in Pokemon. They get to recut a tree just because of the resets. Mount Silver. Now the big question is